Not every dog wants to be part of the holiday chaos, and honestly, they shouldn't have to be. Welcome to The Dog Who Asked for More, the podcast helping dog parents who feel stuck and overwhelmed by their pup finally let go of the guilt, learn to communicate clearly, and build the bond you've always dreamed of through a partnership-based approach that combines training, nutrition, and enrichment instead of chasing the quick fixes that don't actually work. In this episode, you'll learn why it's okay to protect your dog's peace instead of pulling them into chaos, how I knew Fitz wouldn't thrive at family gatherings and what I do instead, and one small bowl boost to make Thanksgiving less stressful for you both. Let's talk about Thanksgiving. And more specifically, let's talk about why my dogs won't be there. Because for a long time, I thought maybe they had to be. I thought bringing my dogs to every family gathering was what good pet parents did, that it was part of socialization or tradition and bonding. But the truth, it doesn't serve that. When guests come into my house, Fitz barks at them while they walk up the stairs, when they sit down in their seats, and anytime someone gets up to go to the bathroom and then returns, he starts all over again, like he completely forgot they were there. It can be a lot for him, for me, and for the company. It didn't matter how many times he had met them, if they were friends or family members, it's always a process. He's gotten so much better over the last couple of years, but Fitz is the kind of dog that thrives on predictability and schedule. So any little bump in his day is anxiety inducing for him. Here's the thing. It's partially my fault because when Fitz was younger, people didn't visit my apartment that often. So when they did come over, it was always a big ordeal. New scents, new energy, different routines, and all of that was so overwhelming for him. We've worked so hard over the years to help him feel safe in these moments. We've found solutions that work for him. Things like gated areas, prepped calm zones, scent work before people arrive, or even going out for a little bit of fetch with me after a guest arrives so they have time to sit down, settle into the environment, and Fitz understands that it's okay and they're not moving and they won't bother him. But just because we can manage the situation, it doesn't always mean that we should. Because here's what I've learned. My dogs don't need to be part of every single thing that I do. I'm so lucky. I have a family that loves to host. I have the ability to leave Toby and Fitz at home in peace with their normal routines, just like any other day. And that's the thing. Not everyone has that option. Some folks don't have family nearby. Some don't have a safe space to leave their dog. Some have to bring their dog or invite the company over because they're traveling, they're spending the night, or everyone has come to them for the event. But even then, it doesn't mean that your dog has to be part of the noise. Sometimes the best thing you can do is observe your dog. Do they start pacing as the house gets louder? Are they hiding under the table or trying to dart out of the room? Do they stiffen when someone hugs them or crouches to say hello? You can advocate for your dog by asking your guests to give them space. Let them decompress in a quiet room with a box fan or a sound machine. Give them enrichment items or long-lasting chews while you eat. Set boundaries with your guests and let your dog opt out. And if your dog doesn't want to opt in, that's okay too. They don't have to perform for the holidays. You don't owe your guests full access to your dog. You owe your dog peace. You owe your dog safety and routine. You owe your dog support in the way they need it, not what looks best on Instagram. You're not failing your dog by protecting their peace. You are advocating for them, and that is the win. This week's Answering the Ask story is about Toby. For a little dog, he has a lot of attitude, and he was kind of dramatic when I first brought him home. Toby was extremely fearful of people when I first got him. For obvious reasons, through abuse and being used as a bait dog, he had a really rough start. And so it was very important that I took things slowly with him because I learned very quickly when I brought guests over that if they came in the door and they were loud or they made big gestures with their hands, or they were carrying a lot of things in, Toby would bite. No questions asked, growling, lunging. That was it. He did this quite a few times, and it wasn't until I really started paying attention to what was happening that I learned we had to do things differently. Over the years, I have instructed people that they don't need to pick Toby up, they don't need to pet him, they don't need to interact with him, and they need to let him come to them. When he feels safe, when he likes you, you will definitely know because he will be at your leg trying to get in your lap. When he gives you that sign, it's totally fine. I've had people come over, pick Toby up, swing him around when I have asked them not to, and he's bitten them. I don't blame him. And most of those people immediately said that was my fault afterwards. Unfortunately, that's not going to be the case with every single guest. Toby is really, really good about exiting the situation if it's chaotic and staying away from the people that he doesn't think are going to respect his boundaries. I have learned that giving Toby choice and freedom when guests come over is the best option for everyone. I had to listen to Toby when he was saying, I trust you, but I don't want to be a part of this. Now I honor that. Toby is allowed to move around the house freely and get away from any situations that he might not want to be in. I make it clear to others he's good where he is, and he will ask you if he wants attention. The quiet ask that Toby now understands took a long time to get to, and it's taught me a lot. If he wants to sit it out, he can. If he wants to join in, he can. And this lesson taught me to listen more closely to what Toby was saying with his language, to listen to what made Toby more comfortable ever since. All right, let's wrap up this week with the bowl boost. This one's short, sweet, and very holiday friendly. Pre-freeze a stuffed lit mat or slow feeder before Thanksgiving Day. That way your dog has something calming and delicious to enjoy while you're cooking, hosting, or out of the house. You can use bone broth, kefir, canned food, or even a little pureed vegetables that are left over. Just make sure that everything is dog safe. Bonus points if you add a bully stick or any of your other dog's favorite chews alongside it. And if your dog doesn't want food during the holiday chaos, that's okay. You can offer it after the storm passes when their nervous system is ready. You are not a bad pet parent for skipping the party. You are not failing your dog by saying no thanks to holiday chaos. If anything, you're showing up for them in the most powerful way possible by listening, observing, and choosing peace over pressure. So remember, be kind, spread joy, and keep in mind, you don't have to bring your dog to the party or the party to your dog to prove that you love them. Thank you for listening to The Dog Who Asked for More and for giving your dog this time through your learning. If your dog is bouncing off the walls, no matter how much you walk them, it can feel like nothing is ever enough. The truth is, most dogs don't need more exercise. They need the right kind of enrichment to settle their brains and their bodies. That's why I put together a free enrichment resource packed with easy, fun ideas that you can try right away. You'll find the link in the show notes. New episodes drop every Monday and Wednesday. I'll see you next time.